people think their photos are backed up because they're on their phone, their computer, and in the cloud. Everything shows up everywhere. Nothing looks broken, and it all feels quite reassuring. So it's very easy to assume, that's fine, my photos are safe. But in most cases, what people actually have is sync, not backup. And that difference really matters, especially when something goes wrong. In this video, I'm going to explain calmly and without tech jargon why sync is not the same as backup, what each one is actually doing behind the scenes, and what really matters when you're setting up a photo backup you can actually rely on. And make sure you stay until the end because I'll share one simple change you can make that gives your photos real protection without overcomplicating things or buying loads of new kit. The two jobs that people mix up. This is where most of the confusion starts because sync and backup get talked about as if they're the same thing. They are not. Sync is about keeping the same files in the same state across all your devices. Change something in one place, and that change happens everywhere. It's designed for convenience and access. Everything stays nicely in step. If you delete a photo on your phone, that deletion is treated as a change, and it gets synced everywhere. Your computer, your tablet, the cloud. All updated instantly. Backup works very differently. Backup creates a separate copy of your photos, one that doesn't instantly change just because you've done something on another device. It's not about convenience, it's about recovery. Backup is what saves you when something goes wrong, accidental deletions, mistakes, software issues, or that horrible moment when you realise you didn't mean to do that. So here's the simplest way to remember the difference, and this is the line I really want to stick. Sync mirrors your actions, backup protects you from them. Apple Photos is a good example of sync. Everything stays mirrored across devices. Services like OneDrive and Dropbox act as backups, but only when they're set up and used in the right way. And Google Photos, well, it sits somewhere in the middle, which is why it catches so many people out. What happens depends on where you delete from and how things are set up. And I've got a separate video that explains that properly, so check it out up here. The missing piece, separation and why it matters. The thing sync can't give you, and what proper backup does, is separation. Backup creates distance between your copies. It gives you something to go back to instead of instantly copying every change you make. You might hear people talk about air gaps, but all that really means is at least one copy that isn't always connected and can't be instantly affected by a mistake. That's what protects your photos. It stops one accidental deletion from wiping out everything. It protects you from software issues, corruption, and account problems. It gives you a genuine last line of defense when something goes wrong. You don't need to worry about the technical details. You just need one copy of your photos that isn't constantly watching and copying every move you make. If you're watching this and realizing your photo setup feels a bit messy, confusing, or half finished, you are definitely not alone. Most people aren't doing anything wrong. They just haven't been shown a clear way to set things up properly. That's exactly what I help with inside my Photo Mess Success courses. They walk you step by step through getting your digital photos sorted, structured, and backed up properly, whether you're on a Mac or a PC. So things like syncing, backups, and storage actually make sense and work together. If you want a calm, practical process to follow without feeling overwhelmed or needing to be technical, you can find out all the details at photomesssuccess.co.uk. Right, let's look at what actually matters in a photo backup setup. What actually matters in a photo backup setup? When you strip all of this back, a good photo backup setup really comes down to three things. Firstly, you need more than one copy. One copy is not a backup. If that one copy disappears, fails, or gets deleted, there's nothing to recover from. As a general rule, I normally talk about 3 copies of your photos, not because it has to be complicated, but because it gives you breathing room when something goes wrong. Second, those copies need to live in different places. not all the same account, not all on the same device. That might mean one copy in the cloud and another on an external hard drive, or one on your computer and one stored elsewhere. The key point is that a single problem shouldn't be able to affect everything at once. And third, and this is one people often miss, at least one copy that doesn't instantly change. This is where backups really win. You need one copy that isn't just syncing along, copying every deletion or mistake as it happens. One copy that stays put, so you have something solid to go back to if you need it. If you have those three things in place, more than one copy in different places with at least one that doesn't instantly change, your photos are far better protected than most people realise. A sensible, ideal photo setup. So if you're wondering what a sensible photo setup actually looks like, it's not extreme and it's not complicated. A good setup usually has 3 layers. First, your working copy. That's your phone or computer, the place you actually take photos, view them and organise them day to day. Second, a sync service. This is purely for convenience and access. So your photos show up across devices and you can get them easily when you need to. And the third, a proper backup. That might be an external hard drive, it might be your computer's built-in backup system, and it might include a separate cloud backup using something like OneDrive, Dropbox or iDrive, used specifically as backup, not just sync. Each part has a job. None of them are trying to do everything. When those layers work together, you're protected from the things that catch most people out. Accidental deletions, a lost or broken device, account problems, and that horrible moment of, I didn't realise that would delete everything. Bonus tip, the one simple change. Earlier I said I'd share one simple change that gives your photos real protection without overcomplicating things. And this is it. Don't ask one system to do every job. Sync is useful. It's great for convenience and access, but backup is essential. It's what protects you when something goes wrong. And you don't need a perfect setup. You don't need loads of kit. You just need separation. More than one copy in different places, with at least one copy that doesn't instantly change. That alone avoids most of the photo disasters I see. So, if your photos matter to you, make sure they're doing more than one job and make sure those jobs aren't all tied together. If you want to continue your photo organising journey, then check out this little video next, where I walk you through how to choose the right photo organising tool for you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more photo organising tips. Have fun rediscovering your memories. I'll see you in my next video.